I have a little bit of a secret for you before I get into my theory. What I'm about to say has actually been done before and was almost done again, but it was never realized. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, Super Fit Cosplay. I have a theory and I want you to humor me for a little while. Now, I know some of you probably agree with me because I've seen it in the comments section of my last few videos. So, coffee talk. Is coffee talk a thing? It's not really a thing yet. Should we make it a thing? It's like fetch? Is that going to be a thing? Anyway, okay, alright, so here we go. I'm toying with the notion. I have a theory. So, a lot of you know that in the last few videos that I've done, I've been questioning the legitimacy of the suit that we're seeing. In other words, is it the same suit or is it a different one? What's going on? I have other theories about that as well, and that'll be a probably later video. But at first glance, okay, the necklines, I've talked about those, right? The necklines are really different. Yes, I know that there are different versions of suits in different movies, like, walking or flying or action. I don't think that's what's going on here because those suits generally don't change the shape of something like a neckline. Maybe they change the cape, maybe they change where the rigging is, but the suit looks the same, right? Like, for example, in the Reeve movies, the flying cape versus the walking cape versus the, I don't know, whatever cape. They were all different, like different lengths, different places that they'd be rigged up. I don't necessarily know that I believe that this is entirely just battle damage that we're looking at. I'm going to take us back to the very first photo that we saw leaked. But I have a little bit of a secret for you before I get into my theory. What I'm about to say has actually been done before and was almost done again, but it was never realized. So, of course, I'm talking about Superman 3, Evil Superman, a version of, if you will, Bizarro. Superman 4, deleted scenes, Nuclear Man 1. Kind of like a Bizarro-type character. If you've never seen those, YouTube deleted scenes from Superman 4, and you'll have a great time. It's a lot of fun. So, I have a theory, and I know that some of you do as well. Are we looking at potentially a Bizarro-type character? And is that actually the first photo that we saw of Superman? Not actually Superman, but of Bizarro. So, I'm going to take us back to this first photo. It's a dark suit. It's a Superman that, of course, the suit could have been battle damaged. It's a Superman that looks like he's taking his time whilst havoc, chaos, destruction is going on outside. If you really look closely at this photo and his eyes, I can't tell if they're closed or if he looks like he's in some sort of a trance or a state or a zombie-like feeling, right? It almost looks like he doesn't have something, like he doesn't have a spark in him. Maybe it's just he's looking down at his boots, but he doesn't have any expression. He doesn't have any spark in his eyes. Yes, they could be closed, of course. But this is very much not a heroic Superman that I'm looking at. This is a Superman that looks like he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he is behind what's going on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe this is just a Superman who's just like, you know what? I've had it today. I need a break. But here we go. I'm putting on my damn boots. Because when you look at the newer photos that we're seeing, it's a completely different shade of blue. Like, battle damage doesn't necessarily change the shade of blue, but it will change the weathering on it. It might not necessarily make it darker. And then that neckline. The neckline is the thing that's really confusing me. Like, the neckline is so different. Like, Is it the backwards S on the other one? No. But it's just... And could it be a different suit? Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Maybe he gets a different suit later in the movie. The whole Maxwell Lord thing, sure. But it's a different Superman I'm seeing here. Even the one that's like... I mean, it's all between sets. It's all between takes, right? We're not really seeing anything. But it just makes me wonder what it was that we saw in that first photo. Are we going to get... Now, James Gunn has debunked this a few times. He said, no, we're not getting Bizarro. But that doesn't mean that we're not. And I'm really, like... The more I look at these photos, like, there's so many things that I'm just, like trying to pick apart. Like, for example, in the last video that I did about his definition, I'm wondering if they listen to the fans. And that's going to be... I'm going to put out a video on that later on this week. But what do you guys think? What do you think? Comment down below. Do you think it's Bizarro? Do you think that there's something crazy going on? Or am I just wrong? Am I wrong? I could be. I more than likely could be. But I know that a lot of you have expressed this feeling, and some of you are pretty adamant that it is Bizarro. And the more I look at it, the more I sort of dive into it, the more I don't think it's a crazy theory. It's certainly within the realm of possibility. Like, and as we know, James Gunn is taking a little bit of a page from the original, like the Christopher Reeve, like the colors. I feel like this is going to be shot, not similarly, but I feel like that there's inspiration there. And in two versions of the Reeve films, in one, for sure, we got a version of Bizarro, evil Superman. And in one, we almost did. You know, literally, the genetics from Superman were to turn into Nuclear Man 1, which was just a Superman 4, man. I have a guilty pleasure for it, but man alive. Not Superman 3 was not the film that ruined the franchise, unfortunately. But anyway, I guess that's kind of all I have to say about that. That's my theory. I feel like potentially there's going to be two versions of Superman, not necessarily just two different suits, but maybe two different versions of Superman. I don't know. That's my feeling on it. Maybe it's something... Obviously, we have Lex Luthor in this. Maybe it's something that he's tried to do. I can't wait till we start seeing Lex Luthor come out of, behind the scenes and set photos of Lex Luthor. But again, let me know what you think. Comment down below. If you've liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding ding. I will be here trying to help us move along towards Superman 2025. I'll put out the news as I get it, as I see it. And again, I know spoilers, obviously. And this is not something that I used to like to do, but again, alas, as a YouTuber, it's kind of like my job now. So also on that, I do have the memberships only option now for you if you are interested. It's very cheap. It starts at like $2.99 a month. And I've already got some bonus material in there for you, including an unreleased to the public suit review of the Action Comics Golden Edition Superman costume. Is it worth it? Dunno. You'll have to find out. So, and plus, I need more big coffee mugs, so help me out. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So look, again, thank you so much for watching. Catch me at Melbourne Superman on Instagram, and I will catch you next time.